you can plan, but Allah is the best of planners. Wallahi. I came back, I think just at the beginning or just before Ramadan that year. And the last 10 days, I did itikaf in the masjid. And so during that Ramadan, her and her mom would come, for Taraweeh and everything. And so for whatever reason, she started to listen to like me giving lectures. And then... Okay.
Backtrack.
Okay.
It was Jummah, and you gave the adhan.
Oh, okay.
That was the first thing.
Oh, wow.
And my mom heard the adhan, and I remember she went home and asked my dad, who gave the adhan? That was beautiful. I've never heard anybody give the adhan like that. That's the boy that wants to marry your daughter, my dad said.
Oh, wow.
She never even saw him. She doesn't even know what didn't even know what he looked
she
like.
doesn't know nothing.
No,
She's already got
never
her
heard his voice.
Yeah.
She's already thinks,
So,
face
oh my
tattoos,
God.
probably, piercings
bad
and-
boy.
Yeah.
She's watched the bad boy movies, so don't worry.
Isn't it funny that he heard the adhan, became Muslim? My mom heard the adhan and accepted him.
Changed
La ilaha illallah.
She went home and she opened the Quran and she read a verse, and it said something about like not judging before you know, or something along those. I don't know exactly which verse it was. And she directly reached out to him without
her
my
knowledge.
Are you serious?
I literally have goosebumps.
Did you do the istikhara?
Literally have goosebumps.
4 months worth, man.
Of course.
It was
a lot. There was a lot of that.
That's it, bro. That's it.
So he reached out to her.
No.
No, sorry. She reached out to him.
No, firstly, she started having her husband, like my father-in-law, deliver food for me because I was in itikaf. So she fed me the last 10 days of Ramadan.
That's true.
And then randomly, one of those days, there was a letter inside one of the bags. And so I read it, and it was literally...
He still has the letter.
I still have it, alhamdulillah.
Can we get a copy? We'll put it on the
She
podcast.
wrote a letter basically.
Inshallah.
English?
Yeah,
of course.
And she basically said, I would love for you to marry my daughter.
Wow.
And I
Where were you in all this?
She had
I actually had no idea.
Didn't even no
Look,
idea.
she didn't even tell me
Wow.
that this was happening.
She gave you up, but she never even told you.
So
That is crazy.
shocking. So that was in Ramadan, and
So I went and met the family. So Eid
On
al-Fitr,
on
met the
Eid al-Fitr.
family, because her sisters came and the brother-in-laws and stuff. And then we were married on the day of Arafah.
Wow.
yeah.
Coming home from 3-day
Barakah day.
Jamaat, straight to the masjid.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Barakah day.
So literally on Eid al-Fitr, my mom had said, like, come, like, I want to meet you, and like the family wants.
She's
to
never
meet
met
you.
him.
Yeah, I think Eid was like the first
That
time
was the first time we met. Yeah. And I remember you came, and my sisters and my brother-in-laws, they grilled you questions, and it was like a job interview.
Sorry?
Do you normally do that then there?
When I came back from the 4 months, I became the imam for the next 3-4 years.
Wow.
We didn't have an imam, and when I
You
started,
led the prayers. Yeah.
because they know, like, when you go and you're dedicated, you're working on your tajweed, you're memorizing as much as you can, and because me being, I guess, okay with speaking and whatever, I led the salah like once or twice, and then I remember Brother Khalid and your dad, they're like, whenever you're here, nobody else talks. Like, that's their words verbatim, was, if you're here, nobody leads the prayer and nobody gives the speeches, nothing. So then it just became like a common thing unofficially. And when they would give talks to the school system or the school board, they would bring classes in, Christian churches would come, and
Amazing.
just up there, like,
So how'd you end up in the house?
So basically, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha were very close together that year. I think they were only 2 or 3 months apart because it was October.
It's always the same.
No. No, they were really close that year.
do you mean?
When was Ramadan that year?
It was the same.
You mean like in the summer? Yeah,
It was in the summer, right? And then we got married in October. So it was like only a few months apart.
October. It's
So
2-3 months.
So Eid al-Adha, it was the day of Arafah. That was when we had our nikah. And then after we had our nikah, my dad was like, well, you might as well, we have a spare bedroom. You might as well just like move in. So he literally brought like a suitcase
Where were you
and
living
then
before
started
that?
living in the
I
bedroom
was
beside me.
right next to the masjid. So they live.
Yeah.
Like you guys were like the closest house.
Yeah, we
so
were close. Yeah.
We weren't far from each
Mashallah.
other.
And
So
you
then my
accept
dad
it?
and him would go to the
Well, it was like-
How'd you accept
masjid
that one,
and-
man? Come on, you're Canadian, bro. You're
Yeah.
you're a bad boy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go move in my in-laws.
Yeah,
You
alhamdulillah.
become a libo.
You know what? I because I was there all the time. I would go home and sleep, and then I go to work, and then I would come back home until So
and
I
then
was like,
eat and dinner and all that.
like, this is the weirdest arrangement
Yeah.
ever. But you know what?
Yeah.
Whatever.
How long were you there for?
Few years.
No, we had the
No, I went from
wedding.
the bedroom. We did the wedding thing, and then we moved into the suite downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, mashallah.
So and then we renovated the whole thing and made it our own.
Amazing.
Brought our
Yeah.
kids into the house. Two out of three
Yeah.
into the house.
So take us through the journey. How did you end up online? What provoked this? What started this?
Yeah. So
So
after
now you're married.
when did you go to school?
I've been a couple times.
No. When did you go to school? After Amina was born?
2015. No, the same year.
Okay. So we had our first daughter in 2015. And then that year, literally my mom was like going through the newspaper one day and she was like,
She also picked my career.
she saw an ad for like aircraft engineers and she's like, oh, you should go to this workshop to him. By the way, they're like best friends. Like they drink chai together like every day, like literally inseparable, like these two. Like all she needed was just to see him and get to know him. And that was, they clicked. Like they're the best of
Same
friends.
with you.
She says all the time, she's like, I love him more than you. I'm like, that's kind of weird. But
It's because
That's
she had
awesome.
you had her
yeah,
your
they're
whole
besties.
life. I
That's
didn't.
right. So anyway, so she saw this ad and she's like, I think you should like go and check this out. And you were like, oh, it was like a hard no at first. She's like, no, that's crazy. I could never do that. Anyway, we go to this workshop and he falls in love with this career path. So he starts going to school right around the time when we had our daughter, Amina, our first daughter. So he goes to school, he finishes like top of his class, gets his engineering certificate, structural engineer. So he's like taking apart planes and putting them back together again. And then we kept hearing the word contracting and they kept telling him, well, you know, if you buy your own tools, you can get hired anywhere in the country and they'll fly you out and, you know, they'll pay for you to be there. And so we're like, So we started applying for jobs and Toronto came up and we knew nobody in Ontario. Nobody. We had no idea.
This is a 6-hour flight from where we live.
Yeah,
wow.
it's
So
actually
Canada's a
Canada's
big
huge.
place.
Canada's huge.
Yeah.
So then he gets a call and it's like the dead of winter and they're like, so we have a job for you, a contracting job, really good pay. Can you move out in like 3 weeks or 4 weeks
No, it
or
was
something?
it was next week.
It was very soon. I
Yeah.
remember it was very soon. So we said to my parents, we're like my parents, obviously we lived in the same house my entire life. So this is kind of a big deal. My mom was like, okay, let's go. Like didn't even think twice because obviously she's going to go where her daughter and granddaughter were at that
daughters
time.
at that time,
Granddaughters.
two kids.
Sorry. Yeah. We had 2 kids at
Oh,
that
they
time.
came with you.
Yeah. So my parents came with us and then he started working there. And then, yeah, pretty much the rest is history. He started working there in 2019 and then 2020 COVID hit. And actually, no, that's when our whole life changed because he was told when 2020 or when COVID had started that, his job would not be compromised because, aircraft, everybody has to fly. So everyone's going to continue like working. And then literally
nobody
just a
flew
few
after
weeks
that.
later, all the flights are grounded and nobody's flying now. And so he lost his job. And at that point, I freaked out because my initial instinct is, oh my God, we've got 2 young kids. Our youngest was like 1.5. And we just moved across the country and left everything, brought all of our stuff here. And now you just lost the job that we moved here for. I wasn't working, right? Obviously, I was on mat leave. I just had a kid. So I remember Will's words and he was like, God didn't bring us this far to like abandon us. There's got to be some other plan. There's got to be something. So at that time we had started TikTok and it was just for fun. And if you want to take the story from
How did
there.
that idea come about?
A friend of mine told me to download TikTok, and the first time I ever downloaded it, I deleted it because I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't even know how to use this app. I didn't understand it at all. Because at that time it was like Facebook and YouTube. That's pretty much it. And some Instagram, not really a lot. And then I remember her saying, no, you need to download it. Like everybody's on this app right now and everyone's blowing up on it. So then we downloaded it. And I remember the first video we ever made was him singing to our cat. And like, it was
Scroll
just, we
back
just
far
did it
enough,
for
it's still
fun.
there.
And then one day we're like, let's tell some jokes because we're a mixed culture couple. And we thought that was funny. And there was like no other Muslims on the app at that time. So we like poked fun at each other just about being
was the
Pakistani
intent
and
behind
white. And
What was the intent behind that? What was your
Yeah,
intention?
just for fun for us, to be
Yeah.
honest. We were bored.
There was
it was
no-
COVID and we
Yeah.
were in quarantine. We had nothing to do.
There's no real
No.
No
And
intent.
that's-
structure. Hey,
No.
No. So
No.
When we did a video where we poked fun at our cultural differences, so we basically getting dressed to go to a wedding, and she comes out with her Pakistani clothes. I'm wearing a suit, and then we might go back, and then she comes out with white clothes or like a dress, and then I come out, in a thobe, or and it blew up. The people,
We
people
did not
enjoyed it.
expect people to watch.
Yeah,
We
I
just
think it
did it
did
for
like
fun.
2 million views or something overnight. And,
Oh,
and
wow.
we were like, whoa, this is
And back then, that's like insanely
Yeah.
viral.
yeah. And so we thought, okay, maybe there's something to this. Even at that time we were like, I don't know, maybe. But we started our hijab company at the same time, a little bit later on, and I actually had one road job fixing a plane. And then we took that money and we just dumped it into inventory for this hijab company, which was tie-dyeing hijabs, which was totally different.
Are you online? Totally
Yeah.
online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we set it up ourselves, like completely made our own website and figured out how to do the manufacturing thing. And well, we have no business experience. Like I'm a social worker by trade. He's an aircraft engineer.
Wow.
No business experience whatsoever.
Entrepreneur.
Created it by scratch, and we launched jersey hijabs that were tie-dyed. Nobody was offering anything like this. And within 24 hours, we sold every single piece. And we had only advertised on TikTok, like on our own page. We're like, hey
wow.
guys, like we're doing this. Like maybe you want to purchase it. I don't know. Like didn't know what ads were, like nothing. And it sold out, and we're like, whoa, this is wild. And within
And again, still at that time, we weren't. I wasn't working.
yeah.
we weren't working.
Yeah. And within a few months, the demand became so much that we couldn't even live in the same house we were in. We had to move to a bigger house,
Wow.
get the whole basement suite, turn that into the manufacturing and packing. And subhanAllah, time
That would've
really
been a good
flies.
journey.
Yeah.